All right, hello and welcome to a session of Fit Essentials Basics class. My name is Shauna. I'll be guiding you through class. We're going to go ahead and start on our feet. All right, some spinal cord breathing to start, everybody. So you're going to bring your feet just in front of the hips, toes pointing straight ahead, and just do this the best you can. What we're going to do is we're going to bring the arms up in front of the body, bring your forearms together, clasp your hands together, and now you're going to pull the arms towards your chest. Curl your belly button under, tuck your hips in, bring your chin down. On your inhale, we're going to open it all up. So breathe in, lift your chest, separate the arms, separate the fingers, and looking up towards the ceiling. And then we reverse it. You're going to breathe out, curl down and in. Bring those arms back together, bringing your chin down towards your chest, tucking the hips under. A few more times. Breathe in, lift. Turn the head to the sky, holding strong through the midline. Beautiful. And then exhale, reverse, tuck it in under. And find your own rhythm here. You don't have to quite match my breathing. As I talk and breathe, it's a little bit off anyway, lifting as you open up, looking up towards the ceiling. Good. Tucking the hips under, curl everything down and in, chin down towards the chest. Last time. Lift, open, elbows to the side. Beautiful. Eyes up. And let's go ahead and relax everything down. Bring the arms down to the side. Walk the feet just a little bit wider. Root down into your legs. We're going to bring the arms out to the side and we're going to keep them out to the side. And we're just going to turn our body nice and smooth, rotating to one side, back to center, and same thing to the other side. Like a big old long airplane arms here. And I've got my fingers spread as far as I can. So separate from your ring finger to your thumb. How wide can you hold that palm? Once more each side. And then relax those arms down. Walk the feet in a little bit closer. Let's take your right hand on the right hip. Side stretch next. Root down into your legs. Left hand by the left shoulder. We're going to start, a little bit of digestion there. Reaching across the body. Bringing it back. And reaching across. Very good. Back to the arm. Rotate. And reach. Look to reach a little bit higher each side. Good. Down. And up, overhead, if that feels good for your shoulders. Beautiful. Down. Just kind of like gradually working our way into a traditional side stretch. Beautiful. Down. Last time. See if you can look up at your hand. Looking up towards the ceiling. Breathing at the top. And then down and switch. Beautiful. Same thing, other side. Left hand on that left hip. Right hand to the right shoulder. And just starting with a gentle rotation. Reaching it right about shoulder height. Good. Down and across. Gradually reach higher. Back and in. Nice. Take about 3 to 5 here before you kind of go up to overhead. Waking up that shoulder blade area. Reaching. Retracting back. And then if you're comfortable to come all the way overhead. Reaching up. See if you can follow your hand with your gaze. So eyes look up. Once more. Down. And reach. Try to hold this one if you feel solid to do so. Looking up, breathe deep. And when you're done, go ahead and bring the arm down to the side. Very good. From here, feet still pointing straight ahead. Get a little bounce into those legs. And now we're going to just allow the arms to be nice and heavy, gradually rotating. And you can let those elbows bend a little bit and have them just lightly tap against the body. Good. See if you can pair it up with your breathing. So as the arms gently hit the body, see if you can time it with your exhale. Breathe in as you rotate. Exhale as the hands gently graze the body. There you go. A couple more times side to side. And last one. Beautiful. Relax those arms down. Walk the feet in a little bit closer yet. Let me grab my carpet square. Toes pointing straight ahead. We're going to go into what we call our Jefferson Curl. So hands on the thighs, lifting up out of those hips. And now pull the belly button in. Bring the chin down to the chest. Slight bend those knees as you slide the hands down the thighs, reaching down for the toes. Hold strong in those legs in midline. Breathe into the back and then gradually reverse that. Push through your feet, making your way back up to the top. Roll those shoulders back and down. Whew, Very good. Get your bearings there. And then next, you're going to step your left foot forward, right foot back, and either hands to the shoulders, or if you're good to go back up to overhead, reach high to overhead. So I've got my feet about hip width apart and I'm firmly planted. So both feet on the ground, lifting up out of those hips. You're just going to ever so slightly, I'll show you from the side, just shift the hip forward. So I rock the hip back, shift the hip forward. Try to wake this glute up, squeeze that bum. Yep, front heel is planted, shin is vertical. So if you're too narrow here, this knee will go forward. We want to avoid that. So walk that foot wider or longer if you need. Very good. Relax those arms down. Same thing, other side. Your right foot forward, left foot back this time. And check in with the width of your step, making sure that front foot is planted, shin vertical. From there, again, either I Dream a Genie or all the way to overhead. Lift up out of those hips, eyes up, chest up, and then when you're ready, gradually shifting forward. Hips push forward, hips rock back. Good. Lift, forward and back. Fantastic. Couple more. Forward and back. Last one. And relax. Bring those arms down. Walk the feet in. Let's grab a drink of water. All right. Couple more pieces for the warm-up. We're going to be doing a single arm deadlift, so holding the weight in one arm, but I want to warm up that hinging pattern a bit more first. So let's bring those arms up over the shoulders. I have my feet about hip width apart. From here, just a little bend in those knees. Pull your belly button in and then send your hips back, looking down towards the floor. You want to feel it a little bit like the back of the hips. Push through your feet, standing tall. Good. Belly button pulls in. Guide those hips back, bowing forward, midline strong, and standing tall. Fantastic. Couple more. Hinging forward, looking down and up. Fantastic. Last one, everybody. Over, 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 and standing. Beautiful. Relax the arms down. Next, we're going to stretch out the upper body. So best you can, take your right arm, reach it up. Check in that you're not arching back. Ribs down, bend the elbow, and then you're going to reach around, grab that elbow, and really try to lengthen here. So stay tall, pull that arm back, ribs down, no sway back, best you can, and then bending to the side. So taking it over to your left side, back to neutral, lengthen as you come to the top, and then taking it over. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Beautiful. Breathe in and out. Last one. Neck long, chin in, and then side bend. Beautiful. Shaking it out. And sometimes mostly you'll feel it in the side of the body. I randomly was feeling it in my right side as I was bending to that side. So I'm just telling you that because everyone will feel a little bit different. It changes it up by the day as well. Left arm this time, reaching up, ribs down, bend the elbow, head up, chin in, grab. And if it doesn't feel good to side bend, just hold this posture best you can. Otherwise, strong in the legs and then take it to the side. Nice. Breathe in, breathe out. 3 to 5 here. Last one. And release. Very good. All right, feel free to grab another drink. And we're going to be doing 3 rounds of that single arm deadlift like I talked about. If you have trouble when we did that toe touch, if it's tough for you to get past like the mid shin or the knees, if it's hard to get down towards the ankles, don't feel like you have to take your weight all the way to the ground. You can go to like mid shin position. All right, what we're going to do is you're going to hold one weight right in front of your body. And if you don't feel steady with one, hold on with 2 arms. Otherwise, what we're going to do, shoulders back, little bend to those knees. So I'm going to start with one arm. I'm going to bow forward, bringing that weight down towards the floor, standing up, and then I'm going to switch hands here at the top. All right, here we go. We're going to work for 45 seconds. Knees push wide, bowing forward, standing tall, switching hands in that top position. If you prefer to switch hands on the floor, you can. Obviously assuming that you are confident to go all the way down. Good. So just practicing some basic mechanics of flexing at the hips, bowing forward, stand, and switching arms. You can just imagine if you're reaching down to the ground to pick something up. And depending upon your weight, if you don't feel secure with one hand, only thing I would change, I'd just be holding on with two the whole time, over and up. Good. Another 10 seconds. Bowing forward, standing tall, bowing forward, and stand. Beautiful. Finish that rep. And then now you want to go to a little bit lighter weights, assuming so, or you can use your band. You have like one of those long bands. So with the band, I'm just going to stand on it, or I can sit down. We're going to be doing a curl and press. So with a dumbbell or with the band, you'll start in one arm. We'll start on the left. Elbow stays into the side. I'm going to curl my hand to my shoulder. And then from here, you're doing it from the floor, you're going to push to overhead or best you can. So you bring the arm down. We're going to curl in and then push up to overhead best as able. Yep, good. So that's the band or the dumbbell. Another 30 seconds here. And I like to use my non-working arm. I just hold it on my abdomen here to remind my body to keep those ribs down. So you want to avoid that sway back. Good. In and up. Nice. Push high. Good, Shirley. Elbow forward as you come down. So it goes palm in. As I push to overhead, I rotate my palm away. Very nice. Let's go ahead and switch arms. Same thing, other side. Elbow into the side. 2, 1. Curl and press. Elbow forward, taking it down. This is our first of 3 rounds here. Curling it in, pushing through. Yep, and non-working hand, if you want to bring it onto that abdomen, remember to hold tight, holding strong. Nice. Halfway through. Good. Curl. And as I push up, I'm going to rotate that hand away, elbow forward, down and in. Good. Couple more. In and press. Rotate that hand away, elbow points forward as I lower down. Maybe one more. Curl it in, pushing up and through. Beautiful. Nice. Down and extend. Fantastic. Go ahead and finish that rep. Rest. Grab a drink. And then we're going to do that twice more. And just depending upon where you are, if you don't have weights, don't feel comfortable with weights, you can always bow forward like we did in that warm-up. You don't have to pick up weights if you don't feel ready for it. Otherwise, if you are picking up weights, set it down right between your feet. Set those feet about hip width apart, standing nice and tall. Little bend in those knees. And then 2, 1, here we go. Bowing forward, either holding on with 2 arms, or alternating hands, picking it up with 1, switching hands, and controlling down. We want to focus on those shoulders down the spine, so you want to avoid kind of that rounded position and emphasize that posture. Beautiful. Yep. Chin in. So as I bow forward, I look down towards the floor, sending my hips back, looking straight ahead at the top. Good. About 10 more seconds. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Make sure you're not going to trip on anything. A little bit lighter weight for that curl and press. Let's start in your left arm. Nice deep breath. And here we go. Curling it in, pushing up to overhead best you can. Nice. Keeping it in close to the body. So palm faces me as I curl to my shoulder. As I push up, I rotate that palm away. Good. Feel free to stay standing. I'm just going to come closer, palm in, and push through, rotating away. Good. Yep. Curl and push. Nice. Forward and down. Nice. Great extension, ladies. Push through, lift. Yep. About 10 more seconds. Up, lift, down, and finish. Last one. 2, 1, and rest and rotate. Good job. Same thing, other arm. End of set 2 here. So feel free to stay standing if you want to take a seat. 2, 1, here we go. Curl. I'm not letting that elbow wing wide. So I'm keeping it in, and then I push from there. Yep, elbow forward, down, fully extend that elbow, curl in, and rotate through. Nice. Forward and down, in and up. There you go, good. Remember, if you feel awkward, just smile, laugh, move. Even if you don't feel awkward, never hurts to smile. Good job, about 10 more seconds. End of set 2, we're gonna do it one more time after this. Beautiful, 2, 1, and rest. Let's take about 20 seconds, then we'll be back to those deadlift or that forward bow. Grabbing a little drink. All right. Going in 10 seconds. So bringing that weight closer to the body. If you have a little bit heavier weight, but you don't feel good with one arm, just hold on with 2 arms this last set. Standing tall, 2, 1. Here we go. Chin in. Steady state here. Try to have every rep look the same. Squeeze the glutes, standing tall, and belly button pulls in as you lower. Good. Sticking with that single arm or holding on with 2. There you go. Keeping it close to the body. And I'm messing up today on where I switch my hands. Sometimes I'm switching at the top and sometimes on the floor. So if you're messing up too, you're not alone. Just try to keep yourself moving, focusing on that position of your torso and your back. Hips back, long spine. Good. Last one. 2, 1, and rest and rotate. Good job. Final little bit of curl and press, starting in your left arm. Elbow into the side, and when you're ready, curl up, rotate as you push to overhead. Yeah. Ribs down, smooth breathing. Good job. Taking your time in that overhead press, trying to elevate that shoulder up towards the ears. Get that shoulder blade moving along the rib cage. Keep it mobile. Maintain that ability to push high to overhead. Very good. That's 30 seconds. About another 10 to 15. Good job. Last one. And let's go ahead and rotate arms. Same thing, other arm. Standing tall. 2, 1. Here we go. Curl in and press high. Still engage that midline, so hold strong in your core. Try to clench your glutes. And just check in with your knees. Make sure you're not hyperextended through your knees. Have a little bit of a bend. Rotating that hand away as you push high to overhead. Fantastic. Few more. Curl and push. There we go. Into the shoulder. Lift up to overhead. And last one. Curl and press. Fantastic. Shake it out. Set that down. Grab a drink. And then we're going to take a seat for a moment. All right. So feel free, take a seat, go ahead and come to the edge of the chair. Sitting nice and tall, we're gonna get some movement through the mid-back first, and then we'll work into the hips. So take your right hand behind the head. We're doing our seated thoracic rotations. Elbow towards that opposite thigh. Sit tall, use your left hand on that left knee, just to gently give a little overpressure as you peer over your right shoulder. About 5 times here. Down, lifting, sit tall, and pause as you peer over that shoulder. Down and up. Hold for about a 2 count, looking over the shoulder. Couple more. Last one. Exhale as you rotate. Nice. Same thing, other arms, and left arm behind the head. Left elbow comes towards the right thigh. Not a problem if you can't quite touch. Down and in. Sit tall up out of those hips and then gently peer over that shoulder. Good. Breathe in and breathe out. Couple more. And last one. All right, from here, let's take your right leg. You're going to grab that shin best you can, sit tall, pull it up and in, and some ankle rolls. About 5 times one direction. There you go. And then rotate, same thing other way. Feel those clicks and pops, keep it all moving through there. And then same thing, other leg. Set that foot down. Your left leg, sit tall. Try to get those shoulders down out of those ears as you grab that leg. There you go, good. Tall chest. Rotate around and other direction. Fantastic. We're going to go seated twist with the shoulder rolls next. So you can either keep both feet flat, hand to the opposite thigh, or cross that right leg over the left. Then sitting tall, left hand to the right thigh, right hand to the right shoulder. And now you're going to look over that right shoulder the whole time as you roll that elbow up and down, back and down through the shoulder. Very good. Just really trying to feel that shoulder blade come up the shoulder blade, up the rib cage, and down. Keeping it moving, keeping it mobile. Fantastic. When you're ready, switching sides. So again, you can keep the feet flat if that feels better and reach the hand around, or cross your left leg over the right, right hand to the left thigh. Gradually pull around, left hand to the left shoulder, and try to have your eyes looking over that left shoulder the whole time that you're rolling that elbow up and around. We're doing little backwards circles here. So tracing the grapefruit, tracing that little volleyball, lengthening. 2, 1, and release. Good job. Both feet flat on the ground. Last one here. Forward fold, hands slide down, chin to the chest. Pull that belly button in, and you use your arms to control how far down you go here. Couple nice deep breaths into the back of the rib cage. And before too much blood rushes into your head, gradually making your way back up. Get your bearings, nice deep breath. And then when you're ready, we're going to make our way back up to our feet. Grab your water. So for this next piece, we're going to be doing some single leg practice of our reverse giant step. And we're going to be pairing that with a single arm tricep extension. So you want to have a nice light weight, all right? And we're going to be doing this 3 rounds. On the first round, I'm not going to hold any weight. On later rounds, if you want to hold some weight for the giant steps, I'm just going to simply hold it up underneath my chin, or you could hold 2 weights at your side. But the first round is going to be without weights. We're going to start on your left leg. So standing nice and tall, toes pointing straight ahead. I'm going to take my left foot, take a little bit longer step back than I normally would, trying to keep that front shin vertical. And when I'm not holding weights, I'm going to reach my arms out to help keep that chest tall. Drive into your right heel, step up and forward, and that's our movement. Stepping back, arms reach up, pulling through, up and forward. If there's anybody on here that wants to do lunges in place of these giant steps, you're welcome to do a full lunge. Otherwise, stick with us. Hips level. Really emphasize pulling through that front heel. So right foot, drive it down, lifting up and open through your hips. Back and lift up and open. Good. One more. Step it back and standing tall. Fantastic. All right, shake it out. And then you're going to grab your weight in your left hand. Walk back behind your surface a little bit. Take your right hand, support down. All right, we're going to reach forward to start like a single arm row. Then you're going to row it up and in. From here, we're going to extend straight back. So this should be a really light weight, possibly less than 5 pounds. If you feel comfortable on that extension, you can rotate your palm up to the ceiling, bending at the elbow, pulling it into the shoulder, extend back and rotate. So in and extend. Good. So I keep my upper arm parallel to that torso throughout and kicking it back. Good. Just bending at the elbow. Last one, in and back. Very good. Set that weight down. Come on back up to your feet. Same thing, opposite side. So now you're going to set your left foot firm. We're going to be stepping back with the right. 2, 1, and here we go. Chest up. Reach those arms out, up and forward. Good. Back and up. Front shin vertical, heel planted. Good. Back and up and forward. Nice. Eyes up, chest up. Good. Just stepping back as far as your confidence. Couple more. Yeah, working that balance, working that single leg strength to pull yourself up and forward. Very good. Tricep extension, this time on your right arm. So set the feet about hip width apart. Place that left hand down. Reach your right arm forward to start. From here, you're going to row that elbow high. And now keep that elbow up. Extend the elbow, reaching back. If it feels like you're straining or anything, just lose the weight and just use like a really light, you can even make a fist. Extend the elbow, turn the palm to the ceiling. Just all moving at the elbow. Keep pulling that belly button in, support through the midline. And breathe. Good. One more. 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. Come on up. We'll take 30 seconds. Let's grab some water. And then we'll be back to that reverse step on the left. So same idea as last time, but now if you want, you can hold a weight either up at the chin or down at the side. If you don't quite feel like you want to hold a weight, continue to reach those arms out for your counterbalance. Otherwise, left leg stays forward, right leg steps back. 2, 1, here we go. Nice long step back. Drive that left foot up and forward. Good. Back and up. Nice. Back and up. Good. And as you focus on having that weight through the heel of the front leg, try to avoid lifting the toes up. Instead, push the big toe down into the shoe or into the floor. 2, 1, and rotate. We're going to our tricep extension, right arm. Excuse me, left arm, left arm. Feet about hip width apart, support through your right hand. Laugh at yourself when you mess up. Reaching forward, and here we go. Elbow up, kick it back, rotate through that palm. And maybe you don't have appropriate weights for this. If you want to change it up and just want to do a single arm row, not so worried about that tricep, that works as well. Those of you here live, you can always come off and ask any questions if anything doesn't feel right. Once you know the movement, looking down towards that support hand. Good. Extending straight back. Couple more. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Making your way on up. Giant steps with your right foot forward. So either holding the weight or reaching the arms out. Nice deep breath. And 2, 1, here we go. Grip the toes down, drive that heel up and forward. Good. Be patient with this. Working to keep the hips as level as you can. Chest tall. Good. Back and up. And there's that tendency, right? You're going to want to drop that chest down. So as you're coming forward, think about driving your belly button up and forward. So you want to try to get that belly button underneath your shoulders as soon as you can. Good. Rest and rotate. Very nice. Tricep extension on your right arm. The end of set 2 here. 2 of 3. All righty. Place that left hand down. Grab your weight. 2, 1. Here we go. Start by reaching forward. Pull that elbow high, and then we're going into those tricep extensions from there. Bending at the elbow and extending back. Nice. Good, Laura. Nice and smooth. Good work, Diane. Back and up. You got it, Shirley. Straight back and in. There you go. Turn the gaze straight down towards your hands. 10 seconds. Oops, hit my leg here. 2, 1, and rotate. Beautiful. We'll take 30 seconds before we start our final round. A little more time for water. Keep that hydration going. All right, last round of those giant steps. Either stick it without weight if you feel a little bit unsteady, holding one weight underneath your chin, or holding 2 at the sides. With your left foot forward, we're gonna go in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right foot steps back. Push through that heel. Propel yourself up and forward. Back, and then left foot. Drive yourself up and forward. See how high you can extend. So I open the hips, lose my balance, and come back to center. Good job. Stay impatient, gripping those toes. Very good. Eyes up. 1 to 2 more. And 2, 1. Final rotation for your left arm tricep extension. All right, feet about hip width apart, supporting through your right hand. 2, 1, and here we go. Reach down, pulling it up, and then we're kicking it back from there. Good. Bend the elbow and extend the elbow. Nice. Bend and extend. You want to rotate that palm at the top. It does give a little bit extra challenge to it. So if you're feeling like you're working pretty hard with the extension, just stick with that. Straight back and in. Good. Keeping the strength in those arms. 2, 1, and rest. Walking the feet in, come back up to standing. Final time on these giant steps. Set those feet right about hip width apart. We're stepping back with your left foot this time. Right foot stays planted. 2, 1, here we go. Back and up. While you keep that heel planted, grip those toes down on that lead leg. Shin vertical the whole time. Eyes up. Nice. Now we're trying to lift through the hip, get the belly button and hips back underneath the shoulders as you come back to standing. There you go, good. Halfway. Stable knee position in that front leg, avoiding that knee shooting forward. Good. And 2, 1, final rotation for the kickbacks on your right arm. Great job, everybody. Set those feet about hip width apart, support through that left, belly button engaged, and here we go. Reach forward, arm up, and then extend, rotate as you choose. In and extend. Good, all the movement happens at the elbow here. So bring the hand towards the shoulder, in and back. In and back. There you go. Nice. Looking straight ahead with the neck once you know the motion. Try not to rotate. I know I am because I'm watching you all, but I try to switch side to side, so I'm not always looking to the same side. Last 1, 2, 1, and rest. Woo. All right. Hello, arms. Shake that out. Let's go ahead. We're going to take a little bit of a breather for the next round. We're going to make our way to a doorway or a wall to open up the chest and shoulders. We're going to do our finger curl exercise. So go ahead and walk towards the wall. Take your left hand about shoulder height and stand with your feet about hip width apart. From here, walk the fingers up the wall, trying to come as high as you're comfortable. And then from there, gently walk the fingers back behind you, not very far, just 5, 10 degrees the most. And you can either keep your feet hip width apart, or you can take your left foot, the one closest to the wall, and step it forward. And you can lean into it just a little bit, turn the torso away. So sometimes I feel it in my chest. Today with my hand flat on the wall, I almost feel it more in my armpit, up into the bicep a little bit. So again, the stretches change a little bit based upon how your body's changing. All right, walk the foot back in if you had stepped it forward. Walk your hands back to the top and walk those fingers back down the wall. Fantastic. Go ahead and turn it around. Same thing, other side. Starting with the hand right about shoulder height. And just nice and slow, crawl those fingers up the wall. Bringing yourself as close as you're comfortable. Either keeping the feet hip width apart or step your right foot forward. And then walking the hands ever so slightly behind you. Ribs down, lean into it, and just gently, ever so slightly, turn away from the wall. Breathe here. One more breath. Good work, and release. Set that foot back in, walk the fingers back up to overhead, and then back down to your shoulder height. Whew, fantastic. All right, from there, we're gonna warm up the lower body a little bit more for some squatting. We're gonna start with our squat sit. So this is really good if you're having any kind of stiffness in the knees. Keep that range of motion through your lower body. You're gonna stand with your feet about hip width apart, eyes up, chest up. Feel free to hold on to a chair. A doorway works well also. And then holding on, you're gonna send your hips back, pushing your knees wide as you keep your heels planted. And then use your upper body to support much as you can, or reach those arms out. And then when you're ready, you're gonna push your feet into the floor to come on back up. Very good. 1 to 2 more. Sinking back, coming down, knees push out nice and wide, heels stay planted. Very good. Pausing in the bottom, and then pull yourself up and forward. Beautiful. 1 more if you got it. If you don't want to use the arm to support, reach those arms up. Keep those heels planted, but keep your depth here. Sometimes you can get farther down if you hold on. Drive through your legs coming on up. Beautiful. All right. We're going to try to stretch out those quads. If you can't quite grab your feet, go back to that stretch that we did in the beginning with the stagger stance. Otherwise, we're going to look to balance and try to grab that foot for the quad stretch. Shoulder back, pulling the heel towards the glute. Our first exercise in this next piece is going to be a squat. You can hold weight or not. You can squat to a chair or unassisted. So stretching out those quads. Go ahead and release that foot. Same thing other side. Place the foot, lift everything up. If you want to practice your balance here, you can. This is a tough one. Even without practicing your balance, it could be tough. Good job. Yep, holding strong. Pull the shoulders back. 5 to 10 more seconds if you're good here. And 2, 1, and release when you're ready. Fantastic. All right, everybody. So we're going to go upwards of probably 3 rounds of this. 3 rounds, starting with the squats. We're going to go squat, an elevated row, some step jacks, and a weighted march. So don't have to wait, but if you do have weights that you can kind of hold in each hand for the marching piece, we're going to do that. You can also hold them up at the shoulders. If you want a little bit more challenge up here, you can hold them up high. I'm just going to talk you through it as we go. We're going to start with the squats. Feel free, if you're most confident to squat to a chair, to go ahead and do that, or without the chair, if you can also do that. You can either reach the arms out or hold some weights right up at the shoulders or underneath the chin. All right, so feet about hip width apart, slight toe out, and 3, 2, 1, here we go. Sinking back, knees push wide, chest stays tall. Good. Controlling down. If you are going to the chair, try to sit down nice and light. Beautiful. There you go, Shirley. Yep, reach those arms out without weight. Down and stand. Good focus. Breathe. Knees wide, knees wide, knees wide. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. If you are holding weights, go ahead and set them down. We're coming to our elevated surface. Gonna place the hands underneath the shoulders, walk the feet back, feet about hip width apart, and then just nice and strong. Either hold here throughout, or we're gonna go to a single arm row, rowing the elbow high, plant the hand, and setting it down. Okay, I'm going to do the first round without weights. If you do want to use a weight, you would just set it down in between the hands and grab on and switch side. Elbow up. Otherwise, we're just working on that control of going from one hand to the other. Good. Pull that belly button in the whole time, not letting those hips drop down. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Walk the feet in, coming on up to the top. And we're going straight into our step or jump jacks. Stepping it out, arms up to overhead or out to the sides. Good, breathe. There you go. Shoulders down out of the ears. Fantastic. 5 more seconds. We're going to the march next. 2, 1, and rest. If you feel comfortable to march with a little bit of weight, go ahead and pick up your weights. You can hold them at your sides or up at your shoulders. 2, 1, here we go. Knees up, lifting the toes. Not so much worried about speed on this, but nice posture. So shoulders back. We're really trying to work away from this forward posture, keeping those shoulders stacked right over the hips. And you can also think about if you're holding your hands down here at the sides like I am, turn your palms slightly forward. So instead of the palms facing away, see how it rounds my shoulders forward? Palms rotate forward, sets my shoulders back. Good, everybody. 10 more seconds. And 2, 1, and rest. Good job. We're going to take 30 seconds, and then we'll be back to our squat. So set your weights down, grab a little drink. That's our first of 3 rounds. We're going to go 30 seconds on the squat and upwards of 45 seconds on that single arm row. So feel free if you need a little bit of a break throughout. You don't have to hold that plank the whole time. Otherwise, going in 5, squatting to the chair or without. 2, 1, here we go. So you're not holding weights, reach those arms out, keep that chest tall, and stand through. Good, reaching back, knees out. Good, beautiful. Depth over speed. So we're going to control down, sinking as far as you're confident, and then use that upper body. Reach forward, back, and up. Good, maybe 1 more. Squeeze, holding strong, sinking, and up and forward. Woo! All right. I'm going to use a little bit of a weight on the single arm row this time. So I'm going to set 1 weight down on my surface, place both hands underneath the shoulders, feet about hip width apart, and whenever you're ready, with or without weights, rowing 1 arm up. If you are using weights, set it down and then switch hands up and through. Place it down and switch. Good. Like I said, we're going to go a full 45 seconds here. So it's kind of a long plank position. You want to avoid those hips dropping in, so keeping them up, ideally level with the shoulders. Very good. That's 30 seconds, so a couple more each side. Up and in. Setting it down. Pulling through. Nice. Maybe 1 more on each. Blood flow next. Finish that rep. Walk your feet in. Coming back up to your feet. All right, eyes up, chest up. We're going to switch it up from those step jacks to a march and punch. So arms punch across the body. Good. Knees up. Try to keep those hands nice and high, punching about the level of the shoulders. There you go. Nice. Let's try to get 2 more on each side. Very good. And rest for a second. Shake it out. If you feel comfortable to hold some weights, we're going to go to the weighted march next. So arms down at the sides or up at the shoulders. If you're down here, palms forward. And here we go. And you can either stay stationary or, depending upon your space, if you want to move around a little bit, just make sure you don't have any trip hazards. So nothing on the floor to trip on. As you lift the knees, lift the toes. There you go. Good. Knees up. Lift the foot and toes. Fantastic. 10 seconds. Shoulders back, palms forward. Nice. Good positioning, Laura. Looks good, Shirley. Moving well, Diane. And 2, 1, and rest. Fantastic. That's the end of 2. We're going to do it one more time. Grab a drink. We'll take 30 seconds. Very good. Feel free to keep yourself moving here. 20 seconds. Be our last round. Squats. Single arm row with that elevated surface. And our marches. All right, I'm going to demo to the chair with weights up at the shoulders. Feet about hip width apart. 2, 1, and begin. Controlling back. Sit down lightly and then stand. Knees push wide. Stand tall. Fantastic. See how slow you can sit back onto that chair. And if you kind of lose at the bottom and plop, no problem. Just try again next time. Exercise is a practice. We're just practicing these movements, keeping our body strong, keeping our body able to move in different ranges of motion. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Good job. Elevated plank row. Place that weight down. If you're using one, hands underneath the shoulders, step the feet back. And 2, 1, whenever you're ready. With or without the weight, focusing to pull that elbow high above the torso. So think, how high can I pull my elbow? Bring either the hand or the weight right into the rib cage. Again, thumb towards your armpit. Yeah. Keep the hips level. Look strong. Good. Up and through. Back and down. There you go. That's 30 seconds. If anyone wants to come off their arms, stand up, take a break. Otherwise, a couple more on each hand. Up and in. Reaching down. Very good. And 2, 1, rest and rotate. Coming on up to your feet. Let's finish with the step jacks and that weighted march. Bye, Diane. Have a great next class. 2, 1. Here we go. Stepping it out. And just depending upon your fatigue level right now, if you're feeling a little bit tired, just be nice and smooth here. If you're feeling good, then generate some more energy. Finish strong. I like to try to clap those hands together. That helps create some energy as well. Good. Woo! 2, 1, and rotate. Weighted march to finish. And same idea, if you don't want to hold weights, then just stand tall. So we don't want to round forward, right? Shoulders back, palms forward. Here we go. Stay as level as you can. Relax those shoulders down out of the ears. And those of you that go out walking, I talked with my mother-in-law about this. She was walking out with her friend quite a bit. I saw them out walking together when I was visiting, and they tend to kind of fall forward. So we talked about, as she's walking, she rotates her palms forward and thinks about lifting her chest as she walks. So think about if we rotate our palms back behind us, it rolls our shoulders forward. So we want to keep the palms forward, chest tall. 2, 1, and rest. Whew. Set it down. And give yourself a round of applause. Great work. Good session. All right, let's grab a quick drink. And then we're going to give a little love to the hip flexors on our cool down. We did quite a bit of marching, those squats today. So if you want to repeat the quad stretch, if that's easy for you, you can grab the foot or join me here in this stagger stance. Your right foot back, left foot forward. Let's bring your right hand to the left shoulder. And then you're going to pull the arm down and in as you shift the hip forward and rotate towards that side. So again, either the quad stretch or the stagger stance hip flexor opener. Rotate back. Squeeze the glute on that trail leg as you rotate away. One more. Back, forward, and rotate. Very good. Shake it out. Same thing, other side. Standing tall, either grabbing the foot or stepping the left foot back. Left hand to the right shoulder. Pull that elbow down and in. Give just a little stretch on the outer part of that left shoulder. And then we're focused on the hips, shooting them forward, and rotate your upper body towards the left. Excuse me, your right. Back and in. Good. So straight forward looks like this. I shift the hip and then I turn your head as well. One more. Back, forward, and rotate. Fantastic. Shake it out. Behind the back stretch next. So if you can, interlace the hands or grab a TheraBand, a towel. Hold on to that. Extend those arms. Lift through the chest without sway back. Ribs down. If you want to add the forward fold, walk the feet out nice and wide. Root down into your legs. So legs firmly planted. And now we'll send the hips back. Drop the head down. Breathing in the back. If you tend to get a little lightheaded, this may not be the best position at this time of the hour. Make the choice. And then when you're ready, gradually come on up. Whew, very good. Relax those arms down. And let's finish out taking a chair. Alrighty. From the chair, we're going to sit tall. Let's go with your left leg. We're going to go glute stretch first. So you're going to pull the knee up. See if you can hook the foot on the opposite side. And now we're going to hug the leg up and in, trying to pull it across, looking to stretch this glute area on this side. So watch the upper body, shoulders down, neck long, and breathe. Very good. Once more. And release. Good job. Set that foot down. Same thing other side. Make sure you're nice and sturdy in your chair. Bring that leg up, hook it around, sit tall, and hugging it in. Nice work. So we're going to go from this. We call this the seated glute stretch. If you can either repeat this one, or we're going to go a little bit deeper into the hips for seated figure 4. So one more breath here. And then release that leg. Very good. So like I said, you repeat that one, or you're going to go back to the first side. We're going to try to get that foot to come up above the knee of the opposite foot. From here, sit tall, and you can use your left hand on the left knee. Looking to feel it just a little bit deeper in the hip. I kind of actually feel this along the back side. If you want to lean forward, you can. You'll feel that a little bit more intense. Good job. Keep focusing on the breath, trying to bring the heart rate back down, relax the body. And go ahead and switch legs, bringing that leg back up and down. Same thing, other side. Grabbing that foot, working your way up. Sit tall. Shoulders down, and just gently lean forward. If you want to use the right hand on the right knee, just a little bit of gentle overpressure. Nice, good, ladies. And then just take note of this. Is there one side that's more stiff than the other? This is a great stretch if you have a movie that you're watching, watching a television program or something. This is one that can be done pretty easily in your chair. And if you have one side that's more stiff than the other, try to stretch that side first, and then you can revisit it and stretch it a second time after you've done the other. So we keep everything balanced here, but go ahead and come out of that with just something to notice. And then just a couple little knee twists here. So feet flat on the ground, windshield wiper the legs side to side. Very good. And then some love for the upper body. So we're going to go sitting tall. You're going to bring the chin down to the chest, and then bring your chin over towards your left collarbone. Feeling the stretch along the side of the neck and the right and the back there. If you want to use your right hand fingertips, you give a little extra overpressure. Breathe. And then from there, release the hand if you are. Bring the head back to neutral. From here, you're going to bring the chin down to the same side shoulder. And then now you're going to, if I did that wrong, down and up. So chin down towards the chest, and then you're going to turn your head, looking up, turn your eyes. You're looking up and over your right shoulder. Or you can always go neck circles if you're not quite sure. Feeling along the front of the neck here. And then we'll switch. Same thing, other side. Chin towards the chest. Bring your chin over towards your right shoulder. And again, if you want to use your right hand ever so gently to encourage that stretch along the side on the left. Breathing here, always being very delicate with the neck. And then you'll release when you're ready. Then you'll bring the chin back down towards the chest. And now you're going to turn your head, turn your eyes, looking up towards the ceiling on that left side. Keep doing that wrong. So head up and then tilt the head and rotate. Now you feel it more on the neck. So not the chin down, head up, rotate and peer up from there. My bad. It's a Monday. As if I can't remember stretches on a Monday, but hey. All right. And then when you finish that, then if you haven't done it already, go ahead and rotate that head and neck around, looking up towards the ceiling. Good job. 2 to 3, one direction. And then reverse when you're ready, 2 to 3 the other. Tilting the head back and around, chin down towards your chest. And if you're someone that tends to hold a lot of tension in the upper body and neck, try to incorporate some of these stretches once a day. Try to do it more than twice a week or so, however often that we do it together. Keep that body moving, keep the neck with some good range of motion. All right, everybody. Thanks for being here live. Good to see you. Take care of yourself. Stay hydrated.